Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the difference. There's a couple of reasons why men statistically look at these different things. One is because they've proven after a certain amount of sexual partners, people are less likely to get intimately attached. There's an emotional connecting and bonding that happens between people that kind of gets misinterpreted in our DNA and our pair bonding, I think is what they call it. That just doesn't happen after a certain amount of bodies, because what happens, especially for women after a certain amount, I think that number is somewhere in the low teens, like 12 to 16 or something like that. There's a desensitization, but they're always thinking they can always do better and people are easily replaceable. It just becomes the norm. Okay. The next part about it is back in the day, before we had modern technology, men didn't have a way of finding out if the child was theirs. There was no paternity tests. So we had to make sure that a woman wasn't sleeping around or promiscuous and all these other things. And we had to make sure that the child was ours. Otherwise, you'd be sitting there raising a kid that's not yours. And then he turns out like blue eyes, blonde hair. And you're like, this looks nothing like me.
Yeah,
What the
I
hell?
thought I was Mexican. How the hell
What happened? Right. So there's a couple of different reasons. At the other part of it is men are very territorial by nature. Wars have been fought for territory over the generations, right? We've even fought them for women. So by that same nature, if a woman has a higher body count, we automatically feel like she's been conquered too many times and we no longer want that, right? So there's a couple of innate like monkey DNA reasons that we're just like, we don't want that. So that's kind of the difference between why men care about body count, and if they're saying that they don't, they're almost denying their innate biology.